okay, this is my plan, right? I've really thought about this. So when the zombie apocalypse hits, what I'll do is, first thing I'll do is I'll take my car, I'll drive to Bunnings, I'll get really strong chain, right? And I'll get a few gallons of those few containers. Then I will go to North Bridge because there's a gun store there. So I'll wrap the chain on the door to my tow bar, and then I'll pull out the door and I'll grab as much guns and bullets as I can.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of AAFS Uncut, where we talk about finance and property related matter. Today I thought we'd be doing something fun. We've got Justin here and myself as the host, and we have we got Joey here joining us.
Hello.
We don't need your dad, do we? We only need you, Joey.
He's back there.
He's at the back there. Nah. you can let him sit at the back.
He's retired then.
Eh?
Is he retired?
He's retired already.
Yeah.
He's retired.
You're taking over.
Yay.
Hey.
Yay!
So Joey, tell us a little bit more about the type of movie that you like.
What do you mean?
I mean, I think.
What is my favorite movie?
What's your favorite movie? Yeah.
Probably The Bad Guys.
The Bad Guys. Any specific titles?
Like, you know, the one from the book?
Which book?
Okay.
What do you
I think
want to be when you grow up?
I would like to be... Wait, what would you say?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I would like to be a voice actor in movies.
Any particular movies? The cartoon or the action movies?
G or PG rated.
That's the right answer. That's good. So what sort of movies are they? Like action movies,
Future movies that come out.
science fiction movies,
Any.
any love story?
No.
Frozen?
No!
Star Wars?
Kinda, sure.
What's wrong with Frozen? Nothing wrong with Frozen.
Yeah.
I don't want to be. I'm a boy.
No, I don't like that movie either.
No.
Okay.
Anyway.
Thanks, Joey.
Thanks, Joey.
Thank
Bye,
you.
man.
Bye-bye.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, welcome back.
Welcome back.
You
Thank
returned
you.
from your retirement.
So, what have we got on for today, Leonard?
So today I thought, because we've been talking about all of the serious topic of the last couple of weeks, so I thought we'd be doing something fun today.
Okay.
So Elaine and Raphael has prepared us some questions for today to talk about, and then that will be, I guess, talking about what are each of the individual brokers are like personality and wise. So first question. Okay, so if we have $10 million at the moment, like where would you guys invest your money in?
Is it each or?
Yeah, $10 million each. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You go first.
I'm still thinking. I'm still processing. Look, I the first thing that comes to mind is not so much of investing. I think at first I want to keep everybody happy. If everyone around me happy first. Give some to my missus, give some to my family, give everybody some money first. Then the rest is mine to enjoy, so I can do whatever I want. But one thing for sure that will happen is that you're not going to see me for a long period of time. But I still want to remain a mortgage broker.
You can do the videos.
Yeah, maybe. No, I will go and take on a course or class to hone up the skills before doing your video. That is a lot of money to invest on.
100%.
10 million. How about you, Leonard? 10 million bucks.
Okay, so for me, because I naturally is a lazy person, so I think I will want to try to invest something that will be able to create money from it. So get the money working for you instead of you working for the money. So I would invest in things that can produce passive income, like your property, your shares, a few businesses. So probably one of those things. So hopefully I don't have to work again and spend time with the family and do more videos.
My response would be very similar to Justin.
Yeah.
I'll buy my mum a beautiful house by the beach. And my dad a beautiful house too. In the forest somewhere.
So they don't.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Look, I think investing, making money is one thing, but at the end of the day, it's also what you're working for. It's about lifestyle. So, we work hard to create a lifestyle. But now, because we've got $10 million, we actually jump the working hard part now. We've already got the money to have that lifestyle that we want. So I'll probably spend, half of it giving it away. Mom, dad, setting up the kids for the future. And then the $5 million, I don't know. You know what? I might do something different. I might just go buy a fishing boat, do something that I enjoy, and just become a commercial fisherman. Why not? It's about making money, but you know what? You got to love what you do too. I love fishing. Fishing is a hobby. So probably, maybe I'll do that. Get a fishing license and just go fishing. Yeah.
Give me some of your fish after.
Don't worry. I will make sure.
I will not go into that boat with you.
Don't worry. I will make sure you get fresh fish as well. Cool.
Anything else you want to add, Justin? Do you want to read the second question then?
If you can live anywhere in the world for the rest of your life and money is not a factor, where would it be? That's the first question. That's the first part of the question. The other part is it can only be one place. It can only be one place. Ooh, okay. What do you think? What's your answer?
I thought about this and I would think Japan. I think that would be definitely one of the place that I wanted to retire at. I just love my wife and I love to travel to Japan. So I mean, pre-COVID, we almost go there almost every year. And I mean, we just love the food. We love the culture. The people there are so nice. The scenery, everything is quite amazing. Really.
Are you sure they're nice to you? Because they're speaking Japanese behind your back, maybe they're making fun of you.
That bit there, I'm still gonna learn the language. Yeah.
How about you, Justin? If you can live anywhere in the world, money is not a factor. Where will it be?
It's quite a coincidence that it is a place where you mentioned a couple of days ago. It would be Queenstown in the South Island of New Zealand. But I can't say that I'm going to be staying there forever. It's such a beautiful place. You're talking about a place, a city. It's not even a city, it's a town, but it's so beautiful. It's almost like a place where you would find in movies.
It's very picturesque.
It's peaceful. There's lots of tranquility. If you're looking for peace of mind, you don't mind laid back kind of lifestyle. Lots of ships. There's no nightlife there. Maybe there are some.
So you've been there before, yeah?
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah.
Been there a couple of years back. Lots of tourists. Definitely a tourism hotspot. But the town itself very small. Very interesting history close by as well. So as a place to live, I think I don't mind actually staying there for a period of time. But I can't say that I'm going to stay there forever, because at the end of the day, right, I think for myself personally, it is the meaning of the place to myself. Like I grew up in Malaysia, but living here for the most part of my life, I think I will still retire. Speaking of retirement, I'm still going to retire in this place just simply because most of my family members are here.
True.
So long story short, wherever they are, if one day they're going to go back to Malaysia, then I probably would keep that option open as well.
Did you manage to visit Arrowtown? Which is only about half an hour from Queenstown?
Yes, absolutely.
Did you hear the history?
Yes.
Did you hear about how in the 1800s there were a lot of coolies from China that were mining gold there, and they had their own, community there? And the white New Zealand people didn't like it because the Chinese worked harder than them, but they smoked a lot of opium and they were chasing the white chicks. Must be my kind of ancestors.
It's
a true story.
No, I don't know about the smoking and the chasing after chicks part. But I do remember. In Arrowtown, it's even a smaller town than Queenstown, and this place is still there. It is a store. They call it a general store. It's more like your type of convenience store, but it's a much smaller version, the 1800 version. I'm sure you've been there. It's actually owned by one of the Chinese coolie, right? In the old days, it's amazing. You can't stop but imagining what kind of circumstances they have to live in. Such an isolated town, country, far away from their hometown, home country. And back then, there's no airplane. You have to travel by boat, right? and it takes forever for you to reach from A to B.
No Chinese restaurants also, no?
No, I didn't notice any.
Ah.
I didn't notice any.
Ah.
But yes, Aerotown, you must travel to Aerotown. You have to visit Aerotown. Aerotown
That's a very
when you're
good
in
answer, actually.
Queenstown.
Yeah.
Yes,
Definitely on my to-do list to go to
Yeah.
New Zealand.
we'll definitely go back to Queenstown again. That's a must go. People don't go there just for once. You've been there, yeah?
I've been there once, and it's hard to describe in words because
Yes.
everything looks like a postcard.
Yes.
But what really impressed me was it was so clean and there was no pollution at all. You've got the rivers and the lakes there. Mate, you could see salmon just swimming on the lake on the shore there. Huge salmons.
Did you like fish that?
I was tempted to fish. I was tempted to jump in and grab it. But I didn't have wasabi or soy sauce. Okay, now for me, if I had to live anywhere in the world for the rest of my life, money is not a factor. Where will it be? Perth. I love Perth. I think Perth is great. You know, it's
Absolutely.
not like the hustle and bustle of big cities. You know, and it's quiet enough to not feel so claustrophobic. You don't get the pressures of the big city. If I had to stay somewhere, ideally it would be. I always love up Kalamanda on the escarpment. So Kalamanda is basically the hill, the big sort of elevated area that's looking down to Perth, and the houses on the escarpment is beautiful. Nighttime, you know, a lot of people go, oh, I want to live by the ocean and all. Ocean, you get one view of the sea. That's it. But in Kalamanda, on the escarpment means on the edge, on the top, on the edge of the mountain, you get to see 180 degree view of night Perth, unobstructed views. You can see the planes landing. You can see the storm clouds coming in and everything. You know, so I would like to live there. You know, imagine my house with a nice big balcony. I could do right deals in the middle of the night and enjoy the views. You know, in the morning I could stand there naked. You know, just admiring. You know, Perth in my glory.
I feel sorry for your neighbor.
And my girlfriend was going, Gerard,
So-
Gerard, what's the temperature? And then I'll just look down at my shrinkage, and I go, oh, it's about 18 degrees, baby, bit cool. So yeah, that's where I like to be.
So I gotta ask, you know where Zigzag is in Kalamanda?
I've heard about the zigzag.
So is that where you bring your go-to date place?
Oh no, I just do it in my front door with my door open, windows open. No, zigzag's notorious for lovers that go around for their midnight escapades, but no,
Lies.
I mean, don't make me bring up Leonard's got a few secrets, but we will keep it
let's not go
private
there.
in this forum.
That's not good. Have you been to the Zigzag?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you been to the zigzag?
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, is it with your current wife or?
just based on the information that you provided, I think
No, but
it sounds like a King's Park on the hill.
Yeah.
Somehow King's Park.
Yeah, I
shows up.
don't like to bring my women to places that Leonard goes.
But I agree with you as well with Perth. I think it's such an amazing place.
Yeah.
And I mean, one thing I just came from Yelling Up last week. That was amazing as well.
Yeah.
In the down south.
And the beautiful is we can live in Perth. It's only a few hours drive away, to visit all these, beautiful locations.
Alrighty, moving on to the next one.
Okay, so
Positive or negatively geared property for investment. So positively geared property means that the rental from the property income
Yep.
is enough to cover your mortgage and expenses of the property.
Yep.
Negatively geared property is that the expenses such as your mortgage and whatever the rental expenses is still higher than the rental repayment. And obviously, like the benefit of that is you
Yep.
can do it as a tax deduction.
Yep.
So what are your thoughts of that? Like, which one do you prefer personally? Do you wanna? Any of you
I
wanna go
think
first?
you would. So you got positive versus negative geared. I mean, in reality, is you're gonna struggle to find a positive geared investment, to be honest, unless you borrow 10% or 20% of the purchase price. Yeah. But let's say on average you borrow, between 70 to 80% of a property value. It would be hard to get a property that is positive geared or at least give you a strong rental income stream. Less of your expenses, you still got money in your pocket. Unless you invest in things like Newman, Port Hedland, Karratha, where your rent is $2,000 a week. Okay, then you might go, okay, it's positive geared. Negative geared is what most people would be in a position where, like you've mentioned, is you're making a net loss. but you're getting a tax deduction on the interest that's been paid. So negative or positive geared? Well, put it this way, if the market is on a downturn, the property market is on a downturn, having positive or negative geared investment isn't going to really help you, because at the end of the day, you're losing value in your asset. You buy an asset $500,000. Let's say next year, it drops by 50 grand. Next year after that, it drops by 50 grand. It's like, shit, that's 100 grand in 2 years. That's gone. So I think whether it's positive or negative geared investment, I think the good time to buy is when the property market is appreciating. Then you don't really think too much about that. You'll make money. Because to make money on a property is based on a couple of things here. Obviously on the gearing, and the second is on capital appreciation. Capital appreciation is the one that's going to make you the big bucks, okay? As opposed to that, the
Okay,
gearing.
yeah, that makes sense. Justin, any particular preferences?
As a if I had to make a choice, between positive and negative, I would still go for positively geared investment property. But of course, we are not tax accountants, and we are not tax professionals who are able to give you any sort of advice. But I personally think that I personally come across with this question all the time: is it better to go with a positively geared property or negative? Because they have been advised to be negatively geared because their level of income is actually quite high, too high. So therefore they can take advantage of a negatively geared investment property in order to bring down their tax payable. So that's fine. We are not in any position to judge on that at all. But if I ever had a choice between positive and negatively geared, I would still go for positively geared, because even though you're paying a higher tax, I mean, that's my understanding anyway. Anyone, if you have a different thoughts, feel free to correct me. I'm still making more money than how much I would make without the property investment. Yes, the tax payable will be somewhat higher, but that is simply because I'm actually making more money out of the investment.
Correct. Yep.
So that would be my personal choice.
I agree. Yeah. So for me personally, I sort of leaning towards your side as well, where I do prefer a positively geared property, and that's just because you don't have to worry about making all of this repayment of the mortgage, because your rent is already covering the costs, the cost of the property. So imagine if, let's say, if I've got 4 or 5 different properties, let's say I'm collecting $20,000 of rental per year, that's about 100 grand of passive income that is coming in. And even, let's say, if I was to go down the path of getting a negatively geared property, I would still try to work out and see how we can work towards a positively geared property. And that's going to my first point, because I'm a lazy person, so I'm just trying to get that passive income coming in.
And I think this is something that can be clarified or verified by a tax professional as well, which is that it doesn't make sense to me that I have to make a loss on something in order to save some expenses. So that is a bit like one step forward and you take another step backward as well. It's not you're not even 2 steps forward and 1 step back. So yeah.
And definitely agree with what Gerard says as well about capital appreciation.
So we had one customer that we settled. I think you know this one. Obviously, we can't mention names, and Elaine would definitely know. So this customer was renting a house in Palmyra, and there was an agreement with the seller 2 years ago to buy that property for $1 million. So this was 2 years ago. They agreed to buy for $1 million, but for whatever reason, after 2 years, which is like now, they decided to exercise that agreement again to buy the property. But the thing is, they still relied on the old price, of $1 million. So obviously, before we settle, we can obviously, part of the approval, we have to order the valuation. Valuers came back to say this house is worth 1.3. So whether we're talking about whether it's positive gear, negative gear, you got this house here that made you on paper $300,000 in 2 years. I mean, isn't that the end result that ultimately everyone is chasing? So look for the right property at the right time of the market, and you strike gold.
Absolutely.
Last one.
Last
Last
question.
question, guys.
This is
I like this one. This one's my
This is
favorite.
your favorite topic, Gerard.
Now, I didn't actually come up with this question. Elaine did, but this question is, you would not believe how many hours and sleepless nights I have thought about this. So the question is, which broker has the highest chance of survival in a zombie apocalypse and why? So, the world has gone to shit. Everyone's infected. And you got zombies everywhere. What are you going to do, guys, to survive? Justin, Leonard.
Well, we answered the question first. Who do you think have the highest chance of, so between the three of us, who has the highest chance to survive?
I think I do, but as long as I keep my mouth shut because I talk really loud, zombies will find me and kill me. So if I can keep quiet, I think I'll be okay.
I thought it would be Justin that will survive.
Justin's pretty smart.
Because
No,
he can run the
I-
fastest, right?
no,
He can
I
run,
was-
but he can't run forever.
I was actually expecting a much longer answer from yourself.
No, plus you're too skinny. The zombie, like no. Leonard, a bit more meaty.
I can't run that.
Well, have you got a... okay, this is my plan, right? I've really thought about this. So when the zombie apocalypse hits, what I'll do is, first thing I'll do is I'll take my car, I'll drive to Bunnings, I'll get really strong chain, right? And I'll get a few gallons of those few containers. Then I will go to North Bridge because there's a gun store there. So I'll wrap the chain on the door to my tow bar, and then I'll pull out the door and I'll grab as much guns and bullets as I can. All right? Because when the world's gone to shit, you need firearm, right? Then the next stop I'll go is to a petrol station and fill some petrol, right? Then what I'll do is I'll go to a boat yard. I'll get a boat, hijack a boat, right? Bring my guns, put all the fuel there. I definitely need fuel, okay? And then I'll drive out in the middle of the sea and I'll just wait it out. So, wait for 2 days. If I need food, I'll drive my boat back, run to the supermarket, grab a few food, get some fishing gear, jump back on the boat, and I'll just wait it out. That's how I'm going to survive. Because zombies can't swim, right? They swim or they'll drown. So I'll go out in the middle there. Yeah.
Can the fishes turn into zombies?
So now, but the whole time I'm deciding is whether I should bring my kids and my wife, because it's a good chance to start new too, right? No, should I leave them or do I bring them with me? So that's my plan. I've got it all worked out.
I think you spent. I'm sure you spent a lot of time thinking about that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a very very good plan.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Oh, man.
Well, that's the answer to that question. You would have the highest chance of surviving because we are not prepared.
Correct. So it all comes to, if you want to do something well in life, you got to plan.
We're not prepared.
I always plan for the most unusual scenarios.
Yeah, I personally haven't thought about any of that. So I would think just go to the closest supermarket or something and just like barricade, grab as much food, bring it home, and just barricade. Whatever
I thought about something that is more probable than a zombie apocalypse, which is rising water level. Have you ever come across with the movie called Waterworld? Like Kevin
Yes, I
Costner?
love Waterworld.
No, I have not.
Okay, so this is a setting. Ice melted. There's not much land. Some human are even. Do you call them mutants?
Yeah, mutants.
They can sleep. They can sleep. They can swim. They can breathe in the water as well. So they are a combination of both human and fish, right?
Yeah.
So that's how the human have evolved. So if we ever come to that, ever going to come to that point, what are you gonna do? So the first thing that I would think about is, where am I living right now? Am I on the lowland or highland? Where's it gonna be? What you gonna do? Once the ice all melted, sometimes I do think about that.
Then go Kalamanda then, like what I was saying.
No, I
That's
think-
ideal.
No, I don't have to go that high.
So,
I think
right,
I'm high enough at the moment, so I'm not too
Kalamanda,
concerned.
you get all the the city view. If the ice caps have all melted, instead of city view now you got ocean view.
And then you can retire there as well.
Correct.
The best place in the world.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, there you go.
Thank
Leonard,
you.
thank you.
fun session today. Well,
Always.
thank you guys for listening, and hopefully I'll see you guys again next time.
All right. See you.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
See you.
See you guys.